The story of Moses. In the land of Egypt, a long time ago, there was a man named Moses. The Bible tells us this story in the book of Exodus, chapters 2 to 13. Moses was born when the Israelites were slaves in Egypt. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, ordered that all Hebrew baby boys should be killed. He feared that the Hebrew people are becoming too many. But Moses' mother saved him by placing him in a basket and floating it on the river. The baby sister, Miriam, watched over him as the basket floated down the river. Pharaoh's daughter found Moses and raised him as her own. As Moses grew, he became aware of his Hebrew heritage. One day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave and became so angry that he killed the Egyptian. Fearing punishment, Moses fled into the wilderness and settled in the land of Midian. There, he married a woman named Zipporah and lived a simple life as a shepherd. One day, while tending his sheep, he encountered a burning bush that wasn't consumed by the flames. From the bush, God spoke to Moses and told him that he had been chosen to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt. Moses was reluctant at first, but he eventually returned to Egypt with his brother Aaron and delivered God's message to Pharaoh, "Let my people go." Pharaoh, however, refused to release the Israelites, and God sent a series of 10 plagues to show his power. First, the water turned into blood. Then there were frogs everywhere. This was followed by gnats or lice and flies which swarmed the land. Only after the 10th plague did Pharaoh finally agree to let the Israelites leave. They left Egypt in a hurry and faced challenges in the wilderness. God guided them with a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night. But as they neared the Red Sea, Pharaoh's army closed in, trapping them between the sea and their pursuers. Moses stood at the shore, faith tested. Yet he remembered God's promise.
I will be with you.
Moses led the Israelites to Mount Sinai, where God gave him the 10 Commandments, which are important rules for living a godly life. The people made a covenant, a special agreement with God, and Moses helped them follow God's laws. Moses was a great leader who led his people closer to the land God had promised them, but he never entered it himself. The story of Moses is an important part of the Bible's history. Moses shows us the importance of listening to and obeying God's guidance. He trusted God's plan, even when things were tough. And because of that trust, he helped his people find freedom and follow God's rules. So we can learn to trust God do what's right, and follow His guidance in our own lives. Remember, you can find this story in the book of Exodus in the Bible.